Welcome back to another episode of Picking the Ish. This is episode 2. I'm back. It's me, King 7, and my co-host.
Nicole Javier.
Nice to see you guys again. So today's topics, we have 3 of them. We have how to unify the black community. That's something that's very important that I see out here today with everything going on. There's an active war right now going on, and it's just we turning on each other as black people ourselves, so we need to figure out a way to unify each other. Second topic, should you wait for your partner to love you properly? We'll go into more detail about that if we get to talking and discussing it. But I think that's something that needs to be discussed as a people, not even just black people, just people, period.
In general. Mm-hmm.
And the third, the mission for the podcast. So, with that, we just want to let everybody know why this podcast was started, what we plan on doing for the community, and things we have planned coming up. So, with that being said, let's get into it. How to unify the black community. I'm going to kick it off to you.
For me, I feel as far as the black community, I feel like we don't really come together much. We more so tear each other down than build each other up. And it's interesting because how we have dealt with the cops that kill. So it's almost like I heard someone say one time I was having a conversation with somebody. It's like, well, we talk about, us killing each other, but the white man,
Right.
but we doing it to each other as well. You know what I'm saying? We actually helping them in a sense because they really want to get rid of us in a sense too. So it's just like the mentality for me.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't we come together for a greater cause?
Yeah.
But we can come together for some bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Or everybody want to be around the drama, or it's just once we change our mentality and another thing too, the environment that we are in, that we grow up in, a lot of people grow up in, that plays a big part in the unity and unifying. Just like what a lot of you see in in certain areas,
Right.
how they don't really have a lot of things for the kids to do either. They take away all the basketball courts. We did have when I used to stay in by Mount Airy, at basketball, they took them out. So it's just like it's almost like they want the youth, to just be out here being reckless, no guidance, taking the fathers out the home. So it's like they looking to the big homies for supporting, and the big homies, quote unquote, is not really showing them the right way. So right.
I remember as a kid, we had the Boys and Girls Club. We had the Big Brother programs.
Mm-hmm.
We had things that we actually could go do as kids. Like we had places to go, and but for the most part, your parents will tell you go outside. Like don't
Go
sit
make
in the
some
house.
friends.
Yeah,
Yep.
go make friends. Like
Mm-hmm.
go out and explore. I definitely remember them days as a kid.
Yeah.
Because my mom, especially on the weekend, she would be like, "If you're gonna sit in the house, I'm gonna make you clean." And as a kid, I definitely don't
Didn't
want
to clean, so I'm gonna go
I'm
outside.
going outside. So yeah, that right there was motivation for me as a 7, 8-year-old to be like, I'm not cleaning these baseboards. I'm about to go knock on my friend's door. And we're gonna walk 3 blocks down and go get our other friend. So it's like, but I feel to unify us first, we have to first understand that we need each other. Like us killing each other and hating each other, that's falling right into the plans of, like you said, the white man. Like that's what they want for us.
But look, they don't want to hear about. They don't want to talk about that.
They don't
want to talk about that.
But see, I hear people say that if you talk about the black plight or what we going through, then they say that you hate black people.
Yeah.
I don't think they understand that I love black people so much to the point that it's like we have to let these things be known.
Yes.
This is what's wrong with us. Like you said, we won't unify for the right things, but if Jordans come out, Cardi B coming in the town, or if like right now Lotto pregnant by 21 Savage, and everybody's coming together for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's like if a 8-year-old phenom graduate from college that's black, that won't get talked about
at all. Yeah, at all.
So it starts with us. Like we have to love each other, and I don't think we do that enough because we now look at it like, oh, well, who he think he is? He think he got more than me. He think he better than me.
That's where the envy and the jealousy come in, and even with um a lot of black businesses, a lot of people be wanting free handouts. So it's like, how can we support each other if you always got your hand out looking for, for me to give you something for free, or hey, hook me up, big bro, all of that. Like, no, but you can go and support and spend thousands of dollars on. Come on, like, make it make sense.
I see that all the time, man. Like I think we said this in the last episode, but you will have a business and nobody will come support your business
Mm-mm.
because they feel like your price is overpriced. But then they'll go to Fendi and Gucci and spend 1,200 with no problem.
No problem.
So that right there is prime example of why we
That's
need to
another.
unify.
Yep. Yep.
Because these companies, if we stop shopping there, they still gonna be top brand. Like so, it's like we feel. I feel like us. I feel like it all started back in slavery. I know people don't want to have this discussion, but when they separated us from house niggas and field niggas, that right there was the start of.
Yeah.
They turned us against each other. You had light skins
Light
versus
skin, but
dark skin.
long hair, pretty. Yeah.
And now you got people.
Colorism.
Yeah, like my daughter, she's 19, but she talk proper. People say she's trying to be white. And I'm like, what is trying to be white? That's just how her voice is.
Yeah.
But people look at that like, oh, she uppity. She feel like she this, that, and the third. And it's like, all right, well, what does being black really mean? Because I feel like as black people, we don't really have a image. The image we have is portrayed through them.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, and now you got kids. All they see on TV is girls shaking ass, guys throwing money, and you see the little black boys. All they see is little, what's his name, little baby, and whoever. They got Scat Pats and Hellcats, and now all the little boys want that. They sagging their pants. They disrespecting their parents.
Yes.
Don't go to school. And if you say something to the child, the parent feel like you doing too much to their child instead of you stepping in, being a parent
And correcting it. Yeah. Correcting the problem.
But I feel like to unify the community, we first gotta break down the community and we gotta weed out all the bad seeds for sure.
That and also um just doing, and I know there's people out in the city that do the things for the community and things like that to help with that. But just like maybe get a group of people, I don't know, every other week or so, or every other month, and just do something random, like maybe something for the kids, or like it's about to be summertime, water balloon fights for the kids, just something, barbecues, good music, good vibes, and things like that. So I think once we just start and it can start off small, and then word of mouth, hey, we doing this, so, and then it can build and grow, and no drama, no BS, just everybody come and have a good time and just enjoy one another, politic, network, whatever it is. So it's like you said, it starts with us, and it starts with us changing our mentality.
Definitely have to.
Yeah.
Because like you said, we start off small with just like you said, a barbecue. And then from there, I feel like the best advertisement is word of mouth.
Yep.
Once you get people to see and they do this every week. Well, let me tell my sister because my sister she need X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And then your sister might tell 4 or 5 other people and put it on Facebook or something. So word of mouth, I feel like that's definitely the best advertisement to get us out there. But even with that, I feel like it'll be kind of hard because people feel like, oh well, I do this too, so why would I tell people that you doing it? Why would I step on my toes and then put you in a position to where you could possibly surpass me?
But see, that's almost like, I don't look at as competition or anybody. Like, if you doing your thing, it honestly, if we both do or have the same similar, of what we doing, I actually, but hey, look, let's come together, or I see what you're doing. You may inspire me to, spark something in me that may make me want to do something what I'm doing. So it's just like I said, if you change the way you think in your thought process and not thinking about, oh, this person gonna do better than me if I support them, because people think like that, like, oh, I don't want to support them because if they make it big, they're gonna be better than me, or bigger than me, whatever the case may be. But change that thought process. Like, man, we can come together. You can do your thing, and you can probably put me on. I can put you on. You like it's that we supposed to be helping one another.
And that's honestly kind of how the podcast got started. It's like we always had the same thoughts and we always had the same views and outlooks on stuff. So one day when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start this podcast. Like first person I thought of was to reach out to you
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, out of everybody I know, this is the only person I know who could actually like engage in these
Yeah.
topics. Everybody else I know, they said they would, but then when it came
It
time,
came
to
down
like,
to it.
it's like, oh nah, bro, I don't want. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like we got so many years of correcting to do. I feel like we don't love each other. I feel like we don't love ourselves.
Yeah, I'm about to say it
Yeah,
starts with
we
loving
definitely
yourself.
don't love ourselves, man. Because I hate when I go through the projects and I see dudes with like a $60,000 car, outfit probably $3,000-$4,000, but the girl you stay with, her rent $30. And
Yeah, real shit.
it's like, bro, like you could change this woman's life if you
Life,
really
if you really
wanted to.
want it. Yeah.
And it's like you living out of her house, but you selling drugs out of the house. Now you putting her in danger, the
And
kids
risk.
in
Yeah.
danger. Because you got beef with whoever down the street that she don't know about. So she walked to the store one day and they know that
Nope.
that's your girl. Or just you could be
Anything.
sitting outside and
Yeah.
somebody shoot at you.
Yep.
And then the house shot up. So it's like that really irks my nerves when I see that. But like I said, if we go out there to say something to them, they feel like we the ops, which is crazy to me. Because when you try to offer help, they look at the help as you doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the real crazy, when they see you switch over to try to join forces with certain white people, they call you a
Yeah, you would
sellout.
sell out.
They call you a sellout, but it's like I've been trying to bring my people with me, but y'all saying,
Yeah.
so it's like, what you want me to do?
Damn if you do, damn if you
Damned
don't.
if you do, damned if you don't. Like that's crab in the bucket mentality
Yeah.
for sure. And I really don't understand why. Well, I do understand why, but it's it's a deep spiral that we're gonna have to come together and fix other people. But the next topic: should you wait for your partner to love you properly? Now, I think this question really stems from how you was raised, the environment you grew up in. It's like just like the first topic what we said about the unifying the people. If you seen your mom and dad loving each other properly, I feel like that'll rub off on you in a way to where when you become an adult, you see that and you want that in your life. Because I can speak for me, but my mom and dad been married 30 something years. So all I've seen was one relationship. I never seen no whatever else going on.
Yeah.
If it did happen, they kept it from
You
us.
didn't know about it. Yeah.
I definitely didn't know about it. I still to this day at 37 don't know. I mean, I heard arguments and stuff like that, but they definitely try their best. So I feel like if you come from that environment, that stableness, I feel like as you become older, you search for that. And if you don't, if you come from a single household or it's only your dad there, and you a female, he might unconsciously raise you as a man. Because it's like, oh, well, I got to raise you the best I can.
Yeah.
He can't teach you how to be a
woman.
woman.
Right.
So unconsciously, he's telling you if you fall or if you whatever, stop crying, get up, you all right. So as you get older, you come off a little thuggish.
Yeah.
To most
Defensive. For sure.
And then if that same woman who was raised by her dad meets a man who was raised by his mama, he might be a little more sensitive.
Yeah.
So now you got that conflict there. So I mean, but when it comes to love, I mean, if that's really something that you want, you have to work that out. You got to be able to communicate. You got to be able to understand that a relationship is not just you. You got to compromise. It's two people. It's two people. I'm not saying you got to completely change who you are. You definitely got to understand. Okay, well, my viewpoint is different from theirs. So,
and to piggyback off of that, I feel as though, especially when it comes to dating, a lot of people trauma bond.
Yeah.
And off of that, it creates a relationship. But not knowing that, that you haven't really. It's just like, for example, like let's say I'm getting to know somebody. They tell me about their background and what they've been through. I say, I've been through the same thing or that. Then it's like, oh my God, we're connecting, and you start almost building up a fairy tale, like, oh, we, you close, or I feel like I've known you, that type of thing. But as you really get down and get to know this person, it's like, just because we have something in common, don't mean that you're the right person for me. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta separate, and I've done that before. I had to separate that. Like, listen, is this actually for me? Is this person really for me? Not the idea of what I want it to be. You get what I'm saying? So, in that, I had to look in the mirror, like, hold on, I had to check myself, like, okay, so do I really love myself? You get what I mean? I have to fall back and stop letting the things that will move me before continuously move me when I know that's not for me. So it's like I'm setting myself up for failure. So let me take a look in the mirror. Let me do some reflecting. That you got to do some reflecting and go within. A lot of people don't want to go within because they scared of their emotions. They run from them, and so that's why you have a lot of people dipping and running in and out of relationships, getting to the next person. It's almost like, let's just say you're dealing with somebody and everything good, and then all of a sudden they're just like, oh, I don't want to do this no more. Self-sabotaging. Because, I've been hurt, whatever excuse they use. Then you turn around a few weeks later, they're dealing with somebody else. It's the cycle. So if you don't break that cycle and really look in the mirror and check yourself, you're going to continue that same pattern for a long time.
That's true. And then most people, I feel like they're afraid to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
They're afraid to be by themselves.
Yep.
So the first person that shows
them any time,
it's like, okay, we go together now.
Yep.
You got people who really believe and feel like, okay, well, after the first date, we should start a whole relationship where you belong to me. And it's like, I don't know nothing. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as a relationship, you really don't know this person until you actually like live together.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm at that stage now where it's like, I don't want the honeymoon phase. Like, show me the real.
Show me the real, yeah.
I want to see who you really are. Mm-hmm. Like, the first 4 or 5 months you meeting somebody, it's like they try to pretend to be something different.
It's their representative,
Yeah. But it's like once that wear off, then I think that goes back to like you said, like it start off one way, but then when you decide, oh, you know what? All right, I thought it was cute when you did this, or I thought this was whatever, but now it's like the real you was coming up. Because you might have anger issues. You might be a person who's not affectionate, but you trying to be affectionate, but it's draining you so much to keep up this image. To one day you wake up just like, you know what? I can't do it no more. I can't keep this little
facade. Yeah.
And I think that damages a lot of relationships because people they don't know how to love themselves. Because me, I love being alone. I'm an introvert to the core. Like I love being by myself. So I think I heard a quote that says, "Being alone shows you who you really are." Mm. Like if you can't sit down and be alone and be with your thoughts or whatever like that, I feel like people are afraid of that because they know they really, I don't want to say have no value. Mm-hmm. They know they can't function alone. Mm. They need validation from another person.
There you go. Yep. That's it.
That. And most people don't care who they get that validation from.
As long as they get it.
As long as they get it. And that usually ends up with a bad person. Mm-hmm. You might be abusive. You might be lied to all the time, or you might be the one lying all the time. It's just you just want some type of companionship, and that's not. And then that might bring a child about.
Ooh, speaking of child, and well, for me, I'm gonna speak on my experience. A lot of people are hypersexual, and I think that stems from, to be honest, because I've dealt with someone that was like they were, molested as a child. So as an adult, they just was out here just having sex, multiple partners, and told me like, listen, I do this because and it makes me feel good, and that's sad, but it's real shit. Like I feel like a lot of people, like I said, a lot of things stem from that childhood, how you grew up, how you was raised, the things, whatever you experienced. Like it it does shape how you view relationships, how you are in relationships. Like got to kind of take a step back and kind of, if you used to operate in a certain way, that somebody tell you, like if somebody tell you about yourself, you don't want to hear it. But if you get an outside perspective from somebody that you may trust or something, you're like, oh, I can see where you come. You get what I mean? So it's like it could go either way on that. But I say that to say, sex should not be the focal point
of a relationship.
Yes, we are grown and things happen, but it should not be the focal point. It should not be, we fucking say, because that clouds your judgment, and not only that, feelings get involved, and now you just take a pause, take a step back. We have time for that.
Yeah.
If we really like each other and want to enjoy each other's company, sex will come naturally. Exactly.
Sure, I can definitely agree with that. But also to piggyback on what you said of, like how you was raised. So, like I said, you might be a situation to where all you seen was your dad yelling, screaming, drunk. So now, as a female, you think that that's what a man should be because that's all you seen was that. So people might not understand why you attracted to certain things. I think that might put an issue into it too.
I agree.
And then also, like you said, uh, I forgot exactly what you said, but it was something about uh, pretty much what I want to say was like when you get older, it's like you try to find your way in life. You trying to find who you are, but most people don't want to accept that what they came up from shaped you.
Yeah.
You think that, oh well, this is just me. This is just how I am, and it's 9 times out of 10, it's not. Something in your life, something you experienced, you might not even remember what it was, but something definitely shaped you and molded you to act the way that you act. And I think we need to go to like therapy. We definitely need to get there. Because I feel like therapy is looked at as like you quitting or you giving up or whatever. But I think it's definitely needed. But I feel like again, most people, since they don't want to open up to anybody, they probably want to do most of them good.
And they shun it, and people like, I'm not going to no therapy.
I don't need no therapy.
Yeah.
I ain't crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
And that even saying that, it's something wrong with you. Like you need. It's okay to say you need. Nobody's perfect. I see a therapist. I've been seeing a therapist for over 10 years. So and I'm not afraid to say that. And it's actually helped me grow in a lot of ways. Helped me see things. Like I was just talking about from another person's perspective that you trust. So it's like learning about yourself. Like I said, having to take a look in the mirror at yourself and be like, you know what? I do have to check. You know what? I do this or this. I do have little toxic ways. Let me. So it's checking yourself. So having a therapy, being in therapy, excuse me, is very very helpful. I ain't gonna lie, definitely.
So all right, we're going on to the next topic. The mission statement for the podcast. So, like I said, last year I was supposed to start all of this because I wanted to, like I said, change the community. I wanted to help our people, mainly our people, because I go outside all the time and I see kids walking by themselves to school.
Yeah.
I see kids hanging in front of stores, smoking Black and Milds, and just no guidance. When school get let out, you see kids fighting and cussing and twerking and just a lot of nonsense going on. And I feel like the parents aren't being parents anymore. When I was coming up, there were certain things you could not do as a child, certain things you couldn't wear, you couldn't say certain things. If your neighbor saw you acting away, they could whoop your ass.
I was just about to say, take a village.
Yeah, it takes a village. So the neighbor could whoop your ass, and you get home,
mama beat
your mama beats your ass. So that's two ass whoopings.
Yep.
So that's something that's taken out of the community. Yeah. So my mission statement for the podcast is once we start growing the audience and we become more bigger and global, like I said, I want to for Christmas maybe 2 families, give out toys or like a little shopping spree, maybe like $40-$50. Nothing because we coming out of pocket with it. So, but as long as we spark that idea, we put that seed out there, and people start seeing like, oh, this is really something that's for the people. I feel like that could be something good, like Thanksgiving. Or you go to like a pantry, get a meal or two, maybe have like a raffle and give food away. Because I really want to help. Because I grew up, I didn't have everything as a child. But I seen my mom work her butt off. I seen my dad work 2 jobs when my mom quit to go get her college degree. He held it down. So I've seen two people come together and make something happen. And I want that for the community because I know as Black people, we really don't have anywhere to go. Because the government, they help, yeah, but they put so many stipulations on it. You can't do this, you can't do that, you're not allowed to do that. And if you do work, you can only work this many hours.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I want.
It's almost keeping you stagnant in a sense.
Yeah.
But if you become comfortable, yeah, you're gonna become stagnant.
Yeah.
But it's something you said as far as like you see kids walking to school. Now, when I used to catch the bus, downtown to work, see a bunch of kids, and it's all to me. It, I wish it was. It's the disrespect for me. So I say that to say, the youth really needs more things to do, more positive influences. You know what I mean? To really keep them in check, because, like you say, it starts with the parents. But I'm gonna be honest. It's some parents who are single mothers and or fathers working all day. They can't be with, see what their kids are doing, and they know damn well they ain't supposed to be, but they letting their their friends influence, and my mama ain't around. So you get what I mean? So it could go either way, but again, it just, the youth needs something more positive.
Yeah.
And even like, as far as school, a lot of these kids are not going to school because they do got to catch the bus. They don't want to catch the bus, or they got to catch 2-3 buses just to get to school. So something, to help that, as far as helping them get to school, picking them up, like couple parents get together, hey, can you take my, just something that'll get them more motivated to even want to go to school. Just to have to get up, oh, I gotta get on this bus. It's no motivation. It's like, I ain't trying to do that shit. So they don't go to school. So just something I feel like for them is really crucial and important, because them the ones that's coming up before they're gonna be the adults when we get older. So I think we need to be sparking something in their brain like immediately. You know what I mean? And helping and having things for them to do, like a basketball tournament, something like that. A lot of young guys like to play basketball or football, have like football, something, just to get them together and without all the fighting and worried about what how much money, which shoes you got, like all of that. It's nonsense.
I remember as a child we had the Boys and Girls Club. We had the Big Brother program, which like twice a week you would go to a high school and you would be chaperoned with somebody older.
Yep.
And throughout the weekend they would come get you.
Come get you. Yeah, I remember that.
I remember all of that. Like, I was in that program, and it helped a lot because I started seeing, okay, well this is adult life. Like, because in grade school you think life is just video games and blah blah blah. But when you 8 years old sitting in a 14, 15-year-old classroom, you see the difference in what you learning and how people act, how people move. It's like you see the structure. Absolutely. So I feel like that's something we could do. But I also agree with the getting kids to school, like a transportation some type of system. Because like you said, most parents, they might work a third shift. So the kids tired when they get up. The kids might oversleep. Yeah. And they got situations where most kids come home, they got to do their own homework, or they got to help their siblings with the homework because mom and dad at work. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. And we also, I feel like you said the basketball, football, give these kids some type of motivation to like want to come outside, want to feel free. Yeah. Most of them, all they do is got phones and they phone 24/7. Yeah, it's like you don't see kids outside at all no more. No. Man, like it's like a ghost town now, and like you said, the disrespect. You can't say nothing to them. You can't tell them nothing. It's the attitude. Attitudes and all of that. It's like, and then I feel like the parents can't say nothing to them either because they don't listen to them. They don't respect them. No. Like you said, if my mom ain't here all day and she tried to tell me to do, it's like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. What I want to do. Like I've been doing. Yeah. You ain't never here. So it's like, yeah. Then you might got the dad. He in and out. He pop up for a week. You don't see him again for another year. Yeah. And then he come home one day and try to tell you to do some shit. You looking at him like, dude, I don't even know you. Yeah. So that right there can spiral into the disrespect, or absolutely he feel like he the man now because he had to be in his brain, he had to be a man.
Step up a little bit while you was gone. Right.
So
right.
It's a lot of factors that factor into that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I feel like that most parents who have unexpected children, and with that can come some type of, I want to say, hatred towards the child or hatred towards the parent.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, so since you hate the mom, it's like, well, I ain't raising the child.
Basically, like fuck them kids. Yeah.
I see that with
That's
women
messed up.
sometimes. It's like, you don't like the father, so you keep
the baby away from yeah.
And that right there can cause riffraff between a father and a child, because the mom telling him, "Oh, your dad ain't shit. He ain't here. He ain't baze." Then your child turned 25 and he ran to his daddy. And your daddy got to give you the real situation of what happened. Like, I've been reaching out. I tried. I baze. Then that right there switches your hate from your father to your mom. So it's like it's crazy how
it's selfish as fuck.
Selfish as fuck. So,
honestly, you gotta put your feelings aside. Think about the kids. Like, you didn't rob, your child of however many years from the parent, and because out of spite. Like, I can't fathom. I just can't fathom that. It's because it's crucial to have both parents. I don't care if you in your feelings. Like, you need to, like, if you have somebody that wants to be there, why would you keep them away? I cannot.
I think most women do it for the bragging rights. Most women, because like you will see on Father's Day, you'll see women say, "I'm the mom." I'm the mom and dad. Yeah. I think they do it for that reason right there, so they can go not just on social media, but
I'm a single mom. I didn't get no help. Like, they want that. Yeah.
Which is, to me, mind-boggling, because it's like, why complain when all you got to do is drop your son off on the week? Like you and the dad ain't got to speak. You ain't got to communicate. It's like, all right, I'm gonna drop him off. I'm not getting out the car, but you whatever. Like you got to find a way to co-parent with your significant other.
Have to find that middle ground.
You have to find a middle ground. You got to find that gray area. Like, okay, I can't stand her, but I'm still gonna be. I know that my child, especially if you have a daughter, your daughter needs your mom. Your son needs your dad. There's things that your dad can show you that your mom can't.
Yeah.
I feel like that goes back to what I said. A dad raises his daughter. He might put guy thoughts, or teach her, show certain ways of how a man does things without realizing. And women can do the same to their son, because he watches and you showing him that it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be whatever else. Like, he might fall and you coddle him. Yeah. But in that moment, he don't need to be coddled. He need to be told, "Hey, it's all right, bro. Stop crying." So he grows up, 35, and then him and his girl get into it, and he, get emotional. And with emotions comes abuse. It comes, all type of, like, he might be the emotional type and get drunk. He might be emotional and leave for 3 days at a time because he don't want to have that situation. He don't want to talk that out.
Yeah.
So that right there that's why you need when I say this, a man, you need a man. You got to actually find a guy who shows those qualities of, okay, I can raise my child, raise my son, but also be sensitive enough to let you come in sometimes and show him certain ways, like cooking or cleaning or things like of that nature. Just because if he might be single, he can feed himself, he can wash clothes. My grandma showed me how to cook. She learned me how to do all of that stuff. So I can be self-taught if I want to, but I prefer to be in a relationship. But as of now, that's whatever. But I was blessed to see both sides of it. I had a father and a mom, so I got both. I got that balance.
You get balance.
Most people don't have that. They only have either one side, or they got 80% this and 20% that, and that can be a detriment to not only yourself but relationship, friendships. So you got some friendships that don't work out because of that.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. I had a couple friendships that did not last, and at this point, I'm not really looking for friendships anymore. It's like I feel like I'm just too grown to be out here saying I need a friend.
Yeah, and you outgrow people.
You do. You definitely.
So I had to learn that too. You know, there's a lot of people I don't identify with anymore. Right? We don't have the same. It's like we're not. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but like my mental is here. You're still here. You get what I mean? I can't have certain conversations with you because you don't get it. So, and that's okay. I don't hate you, nothing like that. With you the best and all of that, but I just can't be around you. Exactly. Yeah.
Because I feel like if I elevated in life, I feel like once you get to a certain point, mindset, viewpoint, you need to start hanging around like-minded people. Because I was told if you hang around 5 bums, you're gonna be number 6.
Yeah.
You hang around one rich person, you might be number 2. Because if you hang around a rich person all day, you might start seeing ways of how, okay, well, this is how, or when he get paid, he put 20% of his check over here, and then he spends this on bills.
Mm-hmm.
So you start catching on to them habits, and you apply them to your everyday life. Now
you start seeing changes.
You start seeing changes because now you know how to live within your means, or sometimes below your means.
Yeah.
I think that's an issue when people get paid. It's like, okay, well, when I get this check, I'm gonna get this, this, and they look up, no food in the refrigerator, no gas in the car, the lights turned off because you forgot to pay the light bill because you're so worried about whatever
priorities ain't in order.
Priorities ain't in order. That's another issue with relationships too. I want to go back to that. But that's another issue with relationships. People don't have the right priorities. They prioritize certain things, which makes it harder for the other partner. Because now I gotta not step down, but I gotta stop doing what I'm doing to pick up your
carry the weight,
and then that causes riffraff because now I feel like you take me for a joke or
granted, using and abusing you,
right? And but subconsciously that person's not. It's just that's what they do,
right? Yeah,
that's who they are.
Yep.
But you didn't know that at first because she was cute.
Okay, you see what a lot of people be missing certain stuff. Be looking at, oh, she had a fat booty, or they're like, yeah, come on, all that all that superficial shit. We too grown to be even moved or appeased by certain things anymore. Right. You know what I mean? Like, okay, when we was young, but as we getting older, it's a lot more to it than just looks. It's what's on your brain, what's on your mental, how your character, right. How you treat people, how good of a parent you are. Right. Those type of things are important.
Yeah, because I'm at the age now where I watch how you talk to your mom. I watch how you interact with your parents. I watch how your kids interact around you, or how your kids interact around strangers or whatever the case may be. And the biggest thing is, like I said, you never know somebody till you live with them. So I feel like ain't nobody in their own house, they not going to pretend to be something different. So if you go to a person's house and you look around and then see, like, okay, well, I can't be comfortable here because they might not clean the way that you clean. Or they might, decide to throw stuff under the bed at night or whatever the case may be. And that right there can, you go, oh shit, like, you cute as hell, but you live like a pigsty. So yeah, I've had that before. I've definitely had that before. Or you find out she can't cook worth shit. Like, it's like, how are you feeding yourself? Like, how are you taking care of your kids and you can't even boil water?
No, that's crazy.
That's crazy for sure.
They don't even want to learn how. A lot of them don't want to learn that.
And this is an information age. Like, you can look on TikTok, YouTube. There's no way you don't know how to do certain things nowadays. You can look it up and teach yourself
in 0.2 seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy because our kids, they can't even spell, but they can go on YouTube and type in anything they want to search.
Barely can read.
Read, but you ask them how to type or how to spell their name, they don't know how to do that, which is mind blowing to me. But that was a good topic today. That was a good episode. We pretty much got the mission statement out there, so be looking out for that soon. We will be coming to a community and neighborhood near you. And with that being said, this has been another episode of the Kic'N podcast. It's your boy King 7.
Nicole Javier. Until next time.
I'm gonna holler at y'all.